This is the Roland TD9-KX2, which is the improved version of the TD9-KX, and it's improved by the addition of the cymbals CY12C, CY13R. Also you get the VH11 hi-hat, which is a proper uppy-downy hi-hat, although there is only one actual cymbal. There's a controller underneath it that senses the movement, and it's a lot better than the original fixed cymbal. I think it's the CY5, CY8. Much improved. Also you get the KD9 kick pad, which is the simplest and best so far that I've seen from them. It plays like a real drum, very simple to set up. There's no faffing around like there was with the TD8 and the TD3s and stuff. So very easy to set up, plays lovely. It's got extra facilities. There's room there for a double kick if you've got the double kick beaters there, no problem. I haven't fitted it to mine, I've only got the single one on this so far. So it's lovely as well. And also the brain itself is upgraded. What they've done is they've added about 40 new kits which make use of the new bass and snare sounds that they put on here. They've improved the sounds. So you now have 90 kits with better sounds, and also 10 user preset slots where you can copy a kit that you like into a slot, alter it to suit yourself, rename it, all the rest of it. So you can keep custom kits for yourself. Now one of the good things about this is if you've owned any of these kind of kits before, you'll know that a lot of the preset kits that you get on these things are nonsense. It's all gibberish, stuff you would never use, just bizarre shit that you wouldn't go near. This is the best so far. It's loaded with preset kits that I actually like and I use on a regular basis. On the things like the TD8, there was only 3 kits I ever really used and I had to customise them. On the TD3 there was maybe 5 kits I used all the time, the rest I had to customise. On this, excellent. There's easy 10 or 15 kits I use on a regular basis, and I don't feel the need to customise any really. I've made a couple of custom ones because of special instruments and things like that for songs, but that's all. Not because I didn't like the actual kits that were there. It's very good. Well impressed. Sounds are excellent as well, you can't fault it. If you get yourself a good pair of headphones with good bass on them, then you're laughing. You can sit and practice all day at your heart's content. It sounds amazing. You can also pump in either the built-in tracks or, like I do, through a USB, which it sucks the track straight off any USB device, plays them through it, or, again, I use my iPad and I link it in through the headphone socket into the socket here, which feeds it straight in again. And again, I can play along with any tune I like with the headphones on, play away at my heart's content. This is one of the best, absolute greatest things about electronic kits. I'm here in a top floor flat, people all around, houses everywhere. If this was a normal kit, everybody would be going mental right now. That's it, that's all you hear. Unless you've got the headphones on. So I can practice away all day, don't bother anybody. So it lets me get the practice time I need even though I live in a tiny flat somewhere. So that is easily the best thing about the kit. Another good thing about these electronic kits is the sheer amount of kits you get. 90 kits. It's so many, 1,000 and something instruments as well. I don't care how big your acoustic kit is, you can't carry 1,000 instruments around with you. So if you're playing in something like a covers band, or like I do, I play every week at a sort of jam session, a music club, so I have to play a lot of styles. I can be playing rock one minute and then a sort of jazzy thing the next, then lots of blues numbers, things like that. I have kits for all occasions. I've got my funky kits, my heavy rock kit there, jungle kit, let me see, punk kit, pop kit, jazzy kit, rock ballad, loads of reverb, shuffle blues, excellent, club kit, bossa nova, should you want to play some lounge, alternate blues rock, very good kit like that, R&B, blues rock, lo-fi rock. Lo-fi stuff's good for older stuff where maybe the record didn't sound quite as good, so you can sound exactly like it. The 70s hard kit, love it. Great for your Wolf Mother and your AC/DC, things like that. Soulful 60s, 70s kit. Barry White, straight out the tin. Motown, all that sort of stuff. Brilliant. Metal kits, new wave, prog rock, ska, 80s dance, and it does sound like an 80s dance group. It's just brilliant. There's even double bass kits here if I want to go mental and sound like I've got the double bass pedal on. It turns the hi-hat into a double bass and locks the hi-hat in a slightly open position. Brilliant. You can't beat it. Acoustic kits, brushes kits if you want to do the sort of jazzy sound, and it does a good impression of brushes. Ballad with loads of reverb, modern jazz, fusion, grooves, vintage 30s and 40s like the big old dance band kits with about 3 drums, all of them massive. 90s rock, 80s rock, 70s rock, pop, disco, hip hop, it's all there. Reggae, only used that a couple of times. So what you have in one kit is a near infinite number of drum kits, because you can customize all of these very, very easily. It's so easy to change any of the instruments. You hit the instrument, it shows in the display, and you can cycle through all the other instruments in that group and select another one. With this, you also get the edges here are also a trigger. So as well as hitting the drum, I get one instrument there, I can have that as a cowbell, claves, anything. Another drum even, or as a special effect. There are sort of special effects in there that can get the tinkling bells, pings, bops, all sorts of stuff, explosions. So you've got multiple triggers. One of the biggest criticisms levelled at the kit by people who play acoustic kits and have a go of it is that they can't hear themselves. They're used to, when they're playing along with bands, they're used to hearing themselves and everybody else is quiet because they're drowning themselves out, they're hearing the blast right away. It's one of the biggest problems with acoustic kits as well though, because everybody else in the band has to be at least at the level of the drums. And you couldn't play a small room, you couldn't play places where we would practice now, where it's easy to practice with an electronic kit because you simply take a feed out of here into the PA or into an amp and you just turn the volume to suit the room. Brilliant. And everybody else can play along. I can play along in really quiet rooms, no issue at all. Acoustic kit, everybody must be at the level of the acoustic kit, and you can't do much with the volume of an acoustic kit. The only downside with these things, as far as I'm concerned, is the price. They're expensive. This kit retails in this country for about £1,800. I think in the US it's similar, it's $1,900 or something. You get discounts. I got this. I got £100 off this because I bought it, or rather I ordered it at a Roland demo evening. I knew there was going to be one, and I knew there'd be discounts, so I went there specifically. You've also, with this size of kit, you must supply the hi-hat stand and the kick pedal. You don't get that in the kit. You only get the main stands and all the bits and pieces, but for the hi-hat and the bass, you need to supply your own hardware. So that's another 50 to 100 quid if you don't have them already. And you want to get something reasonably sturdy, obviously, if you're going to be kicking the hell out of it. So that's another thing. Don't buy cheap though. I wouldn't even buy anything that wasn't a Roland. I've tried a few. I've tried the Yamahas, some of the no-name makes that have come along, the £400, £500, £600 kits. I've had TD3s, I've had the goes in the TD4, the TD8, the TD6. The Roland's brilliant, there's nice feel, there's great sounds. The Yamahas, the no-name stuff, the Alesis, nowhere near, not even in the same league, hardly even the same sport. The Yamahas were getting better, but still Roland is the only one I would ever recommend to anybody or buy with my own money. the newer kits like this, the TD9s, the TD4 as well, they use a wiring harness, a wiring loom that all goes back to one single socket here on the back. It's like one big SCART socket. It makes wiring up the kit a lot faster, I'll say that, but it cuts down on expansion. Obviously you can't just add another lead. So what they've done is on the side of the unit here, they've put 2 extra 1/4 inch jacks so that you can plug in another 2 instruments, another 2 triggers. So I'm going to go for cymbals. You also have to remember that you can, if you wish, use things like these simple socket doublers, 1/4 inch socket doubler, to give you more. Obviously it would be triggering the same thing, so I could have 2 cymbals up here, smash away. They would be the exact same noise, but it would save me a socket, and it would still look good and feel good to play. Sound and sensitivity. People have been asking about the sensitivity of the hi-hat, what it's like to play. Is it similar to metal? Is it okay? Now, obviously it's not exactly metal, but it's got excellent response. Top's very hard. There's hardly any give there at all. The edge is quite rubbery. There's a bit of give, but when you're pumping away, doing your 16th notes, there's no problem at all. You don't notice it's not metal, and you're also, bonus here, not chewing up the ends of your sticks like you usually do when you do that kind of stuff. Cymbals as well, same again, edge a little soft, upper part's very solid, and they can take a hell of a beating. All of these pads can take a hell of a beating. They were designed for it. I've never broken one in all the kits I've owned, and the only people I know of that have changed any of the pads did so because they were dirty, not because they were broken. So they're built to last as well. I've seen the innards of some of the other kits, and it's hair thin wires and really rough solders and glue and things, and the Roland seem to be a step above that. Very reliable. So feel, they've got lots of response. You can get very quiet, very loud. It's ideal. You can get light and shade in your playing, no problem. Obviously it's not going to be as sensitive as an expensive acoustic kit, but on the plus side it does way more than an acoustic kit. Another bonus is, with this kind of kit, is the fact that it's easy to load and unload and to travel around with. Let's say I go to a music club every week, basically a jamming session, so I've got to pack this kit up, load it into my car, normal little family car, off I go, and at the other end unpack it and get it built up. And I'm in a top flat, I have to make a couple of trips to get this in, but it's no great hassle at all. It's probably weighs about the same as a good acoustic kit, all the weights in the stand and stuff like that, but it packs up so much smaller. And because the wiring loom, as you can see that I've cable tied it on, it comes with ties, so when you first set it up, you then go around, tie everything on, and that's it there. So all I do when I move this, take the pads off, put them in a bag, fold this up, and I'm away. I have the pads in a bag, I have the frame and the hardware separate, and I can move it no problem. And at the other end, build it up again. I can do it easily under 10 minutes, no problem. If you pushed me, I could probably do it in 5 minutes, build the kit, and at the other end dismantle it and build it again. It's no hassle. And it doesn't take up anywhere near the space that an acoustic kit would, obviously, with your big covers. So there you go, it's expandable, it's mobile, it's 90 kits in one, it's thousands of instruments, it's ideal for any size of room, and I'm talking from stadiums down to practice in a cupboard no bigger than the kit itself. Only downside is the expense. If you can afford one, get one. Don't buy anything other than Roland. But that's it. So I would highly recommend it, and I would highly recommend any doubters actually go and try one and get used to it. If you play it in a real situation, especially in somewhere where you're having to play different styles, it's a godsend. If you're in a covers band, you need one of these stat. Brilliant kits. Plays well, sounds great. It may not look the part, but believe me, you get some kudos once you start up. People see this, or any of the kits I've played with. I've played with like the small ones in gigs, the TD3s, where it was just the rubber pads and only one mesh pad, one small mesh pad. And people see it and think, oh, that's going to sound hellish. What is he thinking? It's one of those little USB kits you can buy for £100. The minute you start up though, all that is forgotten and they're amazed at the sound quality. Even the people who come along to the jamming sessions, if they've never seen an electronic kit in action before, I assure you they leave well impressed. They are aghast at the abilities of the kit. So, highly recommended. I don't have any problems with it at all, apart from paying for it and humping it up and down flights of stairs. So there you go. Have a nice day.